Howdy people, welcome back. I'm Nat at Mud Magic. Thank you for joining us again for another Freddie Mercury kiln unload. Hi Trace.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
So you never ended up with a cold?
Nope.
Oh, lucky you. Yeah, no, not good. I have to go to the Easter show today, which is the massivest show, at least in New South Wales. I don't know about the whole of Australia, the Sydney Royal Easter Show. Look it up, it's huge. Well, for Australia, it's huge. For other countries, probably not so much, but it's a huge day. So we're leaving here at 9:30. We won't get home till close to midnight tonight. It's a great day. It's one of my favourite days of the year, but not when you feel like this. So we'll be taking it very slow. But we'll get there in the end. So I have a little bit of homework. Well, one thing, and I've got my book because I wrote down word for word. So I had to thank massive thank you for Jessica at Seahorse Ceramics. Last video I did a video showing the hot pink glaze compared to the hot pink underglaze, or the last couple of videos on my flamingo platters. So she bought me 5 coffees as a thank you, but I wanted to read out what she wrote because it was just the sweetest message I think probably I've ever got on Buy Me a Coffee. I mean, I've got lots of beautiful messages, but I didn't want to say it. I thought I'm just gonna read it. So she said, Nat, you are the glue that connects this amazing clay community. You seem to connect and recognize every one of us. Thank you, Jessica. And of course I replied with a massive thank you, and that really touched me. It was beautiful. And she replied, well, that I had saved her from buying 2 bottles of glaze. Not that she didn't like the glazes, but that they weren't the hot pink she was looking for. So I saved her from buying them. So thank you so much, Jessica. So on that vein, I dug out a really old test bowl that I did. It's all broken, that's why I made the test bowl, of all pinks. And I was looking at it last night and I thought, I don't think there's any hot pink on here that you're going to be happy with. But I thought I'd show it because, you know, there's probably other people, and it's been years since I've shown it, that might be interested and might be looking for a specific pink as well. So inside is just with light flux on the rim. So I'll just quickly show you them if I can read the bottom. So yeah, inside is light flux. Yeah. So this is it's on a speckled white clay. So yeah, that's how it turns out for me anyway. So that is Snapdragon. That is Pink Pearl, Pink Gloss, Raspberry Mist, Pink Opal, Reactive Red. That might be close for you. It doesn't normally do, it's just got a tiny bit of red here because it's thin, but I love Reactive Red. It's beautiful. On Obsidian it goes purple, it's stunning. Pink Pixie, Weeping Plum, and back to Snapdragon, and then that's just the same ones but with light flux at the rim, which didn't do much except on the Reactive Red. So the only thing I think that might do, Jessica, is save you from buying another one. So hopefully that helped. But Reactive Red is my closest to a hot pink, and it, as I say, it is more pink than that and less red. It probably goes a bit red on texture because it'll break the lighter thing. So in case you can't see, I don't know if you can see, I have a very cute kiln full of duckies. I've got more coming through. So I thought, let's quickly play What's That Jungle Gem. So I put these through at Bisque. I single fired them at Bisque. So Jungle Gems are meant to be low fired. They don't run at all. Very stable. At Cone 6 they run like crazy, and the crystals run and flow, which I love as well. But for the ducks it's great because it won't run off the bottom of a small piece. So thank you, Poppy. Look, Poppy with all my little friends. And I did another Poppy. So these are for the markets, but also the gallery lady asked me for some ducks as well. So I guess I just gave away what that one is. I think we all know that glaze, Poppy Fields. And in fact, the Unseths she did a test mug on her last kiln that I just watched last night, that she had put her studio white and then she had put poppy fields on one side of the mug and cheetah on the other side. And it was meant to be a test mug because the handle was broken, but I actually quite liked having the two different jungle gems on it. And she said she liked it, but she thinks she'd prefer poppy fields with pink under it, which, as we all know, I love. But I do love it with white as well. It's beautiful. So that's just poppy fields. So it has a base of white. I might put them over here. All right, what's that jungle gem? Let's start at the beginning. We've already had some of these recently with the spoon rests that I did.
I don't know. That looks like police bloodaware. I don't know. It's
You said that when I did it on the spoon rest. Dutch enamelware. Not clear. Are you going fuzzy again, are you?
Yeah, a little.
So some of these, when I was...
Sorry, did you say what that last one was?
Yeah, Dutch enamelware.
Oh, missed it.
Some of these, when I was glazing, I thought, oh, I'm finishing them up. Yay, I won't have to replace them. But I love them all. So, well, actually, there's one that they look almost identical.
It's like, is it graffiti or something? No, Mardi Gras or...
No, Mardi Gras is similar but yellow. That's mixed melon. I like that one. And I'm not a green person, and I like it. And, of course, my second favourite jungle gem.
Purple Rain?
Purple Rain. Me and Jane love Purple Rain, and I'm a poet. Oh, I've got something in my eyeball. Okay, so these are the two that I'm saying are almost identical. This one's a little bit greener. This is a little bit bluer. So if you can pick the difference, good luck.
The blue one reminds me of rainforest.
Yeah, it is a bit, isn't it? I mean, they've both even got little tiny little blue flecks in them. They're so similar. So one, which I think actually is this one, the greener one, is Bloomin' Blue. And the other one is new to me, and I won't be rebuying one of them. Actually, the second one I won't be rebuying, which is Blue Azure. So Jane can probably comment for us because I know she's used Blue Azure. That's where I got it from. So Jane, if you can tell, because she may not have Blooming Blue, she might not be able to tell. If you can put it in the comments.
I like the more bluer one. I think that's prettier.
Yeah. But the thing is, I love Bloomin' Blue with poppy fields over. So I'll always have Bloomin' Blue. And there's no point in having both of them. They're so similar. I mean, if you didn't see them next to each other, you'd think they were the same. Oh, another of my favourites. So this one is this is the only poppy fields. That's what I'm calling jungle gems now. This is the only jungle gem that I've used that will consistently craze on you at 6. It doesn't it? But at low fire at bisque, it is gorgeous. And also this corally pink colour will burn out at 6 and the crystals are less. So it's still pretty and they run and it's still pretty, but it crazes like crazy. That's Northern Lights. So at low fire, and I'll always will keep it because I just love it so much. Look at the fireworks. We'll be seeing the fireworks tonight. They put on a great show. So I will always have it for my low fire, mainly for my ducks. And this one is another one that I thought I won't get again, but gee, it looks good on the ducks.
Yeah, that's pretty. It's not yeah.
Me either, because I never liked pink and red together, even though I know it became more fashionable. But it's very eye-catching, and it always sells one of the first ones at the markets on the ducks. But yet you put that on something else, like a mug, and it's just not attractive.
I can't imagine that being pretty when it's running, so like
true, maybe that's what it is. Yeah. So that is berry tart. So there you go. The reason I showed those mainly, well, because they're cute, but because you guys often ask me about jungle gems. So, right, so I've had a sneaky peek. disappointed with one piece on here. I don't know, you guys can probably give me some advice. And my son asked me to make a bird bath for his cockatiel. So for Clyde, he's the coolest little bird. He's never ever in his cage. He's always out and about. He loves his cage because it's always open, so it's like his little safe haven. So he wanted it small for inside for on his kitchen counter, but I think it's too small. But it's definitely small. So he didn't tell me. He just said, I said, what colour? Oh, I don't know. I don't care, whatever. So of course, I mean, it's a bachelor pad. I wasn't going to do it pink. I mean, I was tempted, but I wasn't going to do it pink. And that is Indigo Flow. Just Indigo Flow.
That's pretty.
Oh, such a pretty glaze. And where it breaks, Indigo Flow, if you go light with it, will go green, and it's horrible, horrible. But when it's right, it's stunning. So that is 3 coats on the outside because I didn't want it to run off, and 4 coats on the inside because I knew it was going to break, and I didn't want it to break that green. And it hasn't. It's broken pale blue. So it's gorgeous.
Yeah,
it's just what I wanted. So apart from the size, I think it's too small. It's a good depth, and I put the swirl so that Clyde has something sort of there for his, a bit of texture for his feet. But I'll show...
I don't think it's too small because you don't want it to cover the whole base at the bottom of, mind you, his cage is huge, but...
No, it's not going in his cage, it's going on the kitchen bench because, as I say, he's never in his cage.
Oh,
Joel wants it on the kitchen bench. So, but anyway, I'll give it to him because he doesn't even know if Clyde's going to be interested because cockatiels can be hit or miss on water, so he may not want to be interested anyway. So 5 is just starting to go. Again, this is back to normal. I'm not worried about that because I've only got 1 and a bit. Like the second element is level with the shelf, so that doesn't surprise me. So it doesn't worry me. Now this is what I'm disappointed with. I did a little bee lid and it's crawled again the way that the flamingo bowl did as well. So I don't know if there's something happening with my clear. That, I mean, it kind of doesn't surprise me because I did get the clear a bit thick because it kind of pulls down, and I glazed and fired it flat like that, so the clear was a bit thick. So what I'm thinking I might do in future is I might use an HF range bright yellow from Amaco, which is glossy, and it's a glaze, so I don't have to then put clear over it. I just have to put clear, and I might use like obsidian and the bright yellow on the bee, and then I've just got to clear the wings, or put snow on the wings or something. And then I don't have to put clear, but it hasn't done it underneath. So I think I might have just got it a bit thick, or maybe the underglaze. But I've got more lids in here, so it worries me with the canister.
Or there's been a bit of dust or something from when you've sanded or washed, or something's dropped back
it's
on it.
It's in 3 spots though, top and bottom. It's like right around, but maybe I didn't wipe it well enough with the sponge. But anyway, it was to do this canister that didn't have a lid. And remember, I keep swapping out because I keep getting lids. So I did Tracy's suggestion and I used a shrink ruler. So let's see. Yes, so it's a bit loose, but it does fit. So I might grind that, get the Dremel in there and try and fix it somehow, maybe. I don't know if I'll bother because it's a bit loose. I might make another one, yet another one. So these ones, these were inspired by Karen at Barehead Pottery. So I had done these, and I actually really love how that's come out. I didn't know that was going to happen. That was, they are both refires because they were the bowls where they were just white with, and I just swirled black underglaze. And they sat and didn't sell. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to refire them and test this thing of Karen's. So that's obsidian. I just did obsidian at the bottom, and then, or maybe it was all over. No, it was all over because I can see it up here as well. And then I did all these bright colours that were, like she did bowls like that. Hers were a lot brighter, but I did use different glazes. I don't know if I can even find these because it was a while ago, but she used different glazes because I didn't have her glazes. So yeah, I'll have a look for it later because I did a while ago, but It was Copper Float, Hot Pink from Spectrum, I think Lavender Mist, Indigo Float, and Till Next Time. Something like that. And then inside I used Deep Sea, which is why you can still see the blue swirl over. And I did 2. So, yeah, I don't know. I was thinking my plant, like, oh, that has crawled. But, you know, that's actually quite common for obsidian on a refire. It does not like, but I thought I'm going to go with it anyway because I wanted a black light. And it was more to test if I could get the brightness. Obsidian does not like refiring. It went okay on this one. It got a bit thin, but if you apply it over a glaze, like I did with that, it's not happy. So a friend of mine at the market's asked me to do her some numbers, just obsidian. So I did a whole set of numbers with just obsidian on them. So I've got to give them to her this weekend at the market. So I just got them through. She does, I've talked to you about her before, Lisa. She does mosaic classes, and she does mosaic boards with your house number to put out the front of your house. So she needs the numbers. So she's been buying them and shipping them, and it's been costing her a fair bit. So she asked if I could make them. So I got some cutters off Temu and have been playing. So, next shelf. Okay. More bee canisters, which is funny because Kim Unseth pulled out some bee canisters. Yeah, and the same thing's happened. Damn. Alright, so I actually did the canisters as well. So, that one's fine, but it doesn't have the indent that the others have. So, it hasn't pulled. So, that more makes me think it's the thickness that I had on it. But that's perfect. That's tiny, but that's good because it's only for honey. So some people like me that are not massive honey fans would probably only want a little one. So that's, it's good to have different sizes for people. And then that's probably more my standard sort of size. And yeah, it's all blistered and gone horrible. And I don't want to do that. See, they're perfect. That's not even moving, that one. So I don't want to go through the whole process of doing the lids again. So hopefully I can save those. You know, I love grinding, but that's a bit finicky. Look at that one. Yuck. And it's interesting that it's all in the same spot. So definitely it's got something to do with it pooling too thick. And with all of them, I put the little bee in there.
But you haven't had that happen to other bee lids in
No.
past kilns?
No. But it's funny, it's all in that little indent, so I'm sure that's what it is. Because the one that was flat's okay. So, but they're perfect size apart from the first one, but that was shrink rulered, so it doesn't surprise me that that one's not perfect. Oh, pretty! Okay, more numbers. It's the same, just obsidian. And I've got a couple more coming through because she has sold a couple. So, oh, these are both great. So this is a refire. Oh, yay.
Oh, pretty.
Angela at AP Pottery. I refired it for you at Hotter. Oh, some cones on this shelf. I didn't have room. It was actually a conscious choice. I didn't forget. And remember last time it was just brown. brown. And I said, I'm just going to refire it hotter. And look at the difference. So, Angela, this was why I did it, to show you. I luster ×2 with 4 oatmeal on texture and how you get the purple even. Look at that. That pinky purple at the top.
Yeah, it's pretty.
And then inside, oh, it's pooling down to blue in here. It's got little drippies here. Oh, that is what I wanted. But interesting, I was saying to her it works better on texture. I actually really like that without the texture. So there you go, Angela. That was good for me as well. Oh, it's pretty. So I might have to try it.
Very pretty.
Yeah, I might have to do that on a mug with no texture because I love the outside. The thing I don't like about it is that often the oatmeal will pull right down and you get a band of brown at the top, which I don't like. So that's why I tend not to do it on things like mugs. Not to say other people won't like it. Now look at this. Oh my gloriousness. That is so pretty.
That is very pretty.
Yeah, I think...
Poppy fields?
Well, I don't think so, actually. I think that is... Oh, is that my new... Yeah, I was glazing again last night. It's gone crazy. Yeah, it's funny because I had written on, so it's Flux Blossom. I had written on here Flux Blossom Poppy Fields, and then is everybody sitting down? I ran out of poppy fields. Me. I know. So desperately had to put an order in just to get poppy fields. So I did a quick swap out for amaryllis because I knew I loved amaryllis anyway. That's beautiful. So that's Flux Blossom showing off. That's when you get the pink. Oh, I hope that comes across on camera because everybody says, oh, it just comes out like honey flux. And I keep saying I get the beautiful pink. Look at that in the bottom. It's so pink.
Yeah, so that doesn't translate as
well.
well.
No, but it is, trust me. It is a beautiful, beautiful blushy pink. Stunning. And I think it may be layers that why people suffer from it. This probably is only about a 5 or a 5 and a bit, this shelf, or no next shelf. So it's not heat, I don't think, unless you get too hot and burn out the pink. But I do what I call 3 coats of Flux Blossom, but they're thick. I'm a thick glazer because Cara at Amaco taught me how to glaze, and she says you've got to have your brush that thick that it's like applying custard. If you imagine custard on your brush and slapping it on, that's how my glaze is when I glaze. Soon as it starts to catch, I'm reloading my brush. I do not ever brush, I glide my glaze on. I never ever brush glaze on, if that makes sense. It's always like gliding over. Okay, that is that shelf done. I'm trying to remember. I know there's mugs down the bottom. I need some successes. Well, only cross one, remember, don't uncross. For my markets.
Well, you've already had some successes in the top half of the kiln.
Yes, and some weird things. Oh, there's already mugs on here, yay. Mugs and straw cups. So it's a true 5. So I would say that second one was definitely a 5 or very close, that second shelf. So there's a lonely little 2 all by himself, and that's the number that she sold out. So I've got 2 more 2s coming through. Okay, now straw cups, boring one first.
Oh, that's really cute.
Yeah, well, Trace saw that before firing, and look at how well that has fired. It was actually more burnt out looking the transfer.
It was quite patchy.
And it still is a bit here, but it's much better than it was.
Oh no, but that looks, I love it. I've not seen that transfer. I think it's really cute.
Watermelon. I love that. It's actually pitted a bit on the transfers, but I don't mind that because it looks like a watermelon. Looks like it's kind of like natural looking. I actually really like that. That's cute. That'll be popular. Watermelon stuff is always popular. So let's just do the straw cups. That one's stuck. That is... That's my hammer. Oh, it just popped off. Okay, so straw cups. Now this one is satin matte stone at the bottom with pink opal.
I love that.
I don't like where they meet.
Stone, yeah.
That's a bit sicky
That
looking.
stone on its own is really nice.
I love that satin matte stone. I've got another one. I don't know if it's in here or not. Pink opal. So I was just testing and just pink opal inside. I love pink opal.
You love pink and grey.
I do, but not where they meet. And it's really thick. It hasn't gone thin. It just looks like it's gone wishy-washy. It was just how they've reacted. So yeah, it is what it is. That's all right. It's actually not bad from a distance. Okay, another straw cup. So this one is, oh, what is that? Oh, I know what that is. Norse blue with desert dusk over.
Oh, pretty.
So yeah, Norse blue and desert dusk is always a great combo. Sometimes desert dusk by itself can be a bit browny, sickly looking, and it is a little bit on that one. Maybe the crystals are getting low on it, but it's still pretty. I like it. It's fine. It's good to have some boy colours.
I think that's pretty.
Yeah. Okay, now another straw cup. So that's the same Flux Blossom Amaryllis, because I ran out of poppy fields. How do I run out of poppy fields? Crazy. So they're a bit small. I need to start using some more clay and getting them up bigger. Because because you got to fold this over, you kind of lose some of the height and then they look a bit little. But I suppose for iced coffee, I don't know, because I don't drink coffee, whether you have a small or a very big iced coffee. It's probably like coffee. Some like small, some like big. Now there's prettiness all over the place in here. So this, oh, that is so much better. So I refired this for a third time because of Trace. So she went silent, which means she didn't like it. So I refired it without even asking her, just off her silence. And that's so much better. So that originally was lavender. I love that. No, lavender.
Yeah.
Celadon.
And
Sorry.
that handle is so pretty.
That's Ellen. It's Ellen's Atelier roller. That did you do? Yeah, you did it, but you got the pattern from her, the hibiscus one. 3D printed by Trace, and then it was the lavender with autumn purple over the top, and it was quite dull. It was purple and it was fine, but it was just a bit dull looking. So all I did was put Purple Rain over, and it's really brightened it. That's
pretty.
So much better. And look at the drippy runs here. I'm still chasing those big thick drips. I've been listening to people's comments on their videos, and I think raw clay, thick at the bottom, so I've been playing a bit with raw. I don't think there's any in here, but there are some coming through. Oh, look at that.
Oh, pretty.
That's a satin matte blue with peacock eyes.
Now that's a me glaze.
Yes,
Love that.
with a satin matte, light blue, that's called. Oh, and then inside, I didn't want the satin matte at the rim or inside, so I did sky inside, which actually I think is fine. I was a bit worried it wouldn't, but I think it's fine. Oh, that's pretty.
That's pretty.
Love that. Wow, that's pretty. I'll have to redo that if it sells. So the gallery took a whole heap more of my pieces. All my glaze pieces she took, every one of them. And then I went to there's a local Thai restaurant that's Thai of all things, that stocks my pottery. I went there and she'd sold a heap too, so I had to restock her. So I was out again. How cute.
How cute.
My nomies. So that's a repeat because it's sold. It's only little and the handle's quite little, so I don't know if that will be popular. But that is
but good for kids or people who like to try stuff that you don't want them too weak.
Yeah, except for the handle. As soon as you pick it up, put your fingers in there. My bottom finger. I mean, some people might be 2 fingers, then that's fine. So that is Weeping Plum mixed with Mixing Clear on his nose and inside. And then that is Alabaster on the beard. I've done a few and I've put Alabaster on all of them, which is, again, Angela at AP Pottery. This is her design. She's got a video on how to do it. And then Poppy Fields. That is Poppy Fields. That was the last of it. Scraped out onto him.
With mine, which is the blue splatterware, because it's a satin matte, but his nose is glossy.
Yeah.
So I hug mine, and I find it so soothing because then I rub the difference between the satin and the glossy nose.
Yeah, it's like one of those worry stones. So you've got the little worry stone.
But I find it so soothing.
Well, yeah, and that's the matte with the gloss as well. But Jane at Shoebox Studios did some little worry dishes, tiny with scraps for kids to give them at the markets with texture in. So I'm going to do that. I really love that idea. But that's only 2 coats. I should say that Jungle Gems, if you're going to 6, only 2 coats they will run. That hasn't run. It hasn't moved because it's only 2 coats. And yes, I have made some buff ones because I love the alabaster. Angela did some on buff and it looks great on the beard. And I left the nose raw, so it'll be interesting to see. So it's going to be the raw on raw look. Because they're brown already anyway. So I kind of thought, oh, that will be cute. Oh, that's what I was going to say on yours with the satin matte and then the glossy nose. It looks like he's got a runny nose because his nose is glossy.
I don't think so.
No, not runny, but you know, like, I don't know. That's back to pretty. Back to how I love weathered blue. Look at the cloud look that it does. It's meant to do that. And under here, that's how it's meant to be. Not like those horrible lotus bowls. And it's satin matte. It's not matte. I like where they meet. And that is soft red. Soft red.
I love that shape.
Yeah, my UFO mugs. Yeah, I love it too. I wasn't sure with this one because it was bigger than the last one that I did, but now that it's shrunk, I really like it. That handle's better. I could even fit 4.
But the shape of that and with the glazes you put on it makes me think of a ballerina in her tutu.
You could put pink around there like a tutu, like a pink tutu. Yes. Oh, it's pretty. I love that combo. It's a new combo and I just flipped it. This one. Oh. So that's Lagoon with Tahiti Grape. Another Jungle Gem. Another 2 coats. People often when I do this, people say, oh, but Jungle Gems are not food safe. Jungle Gems are food safe, low fired. What Mayco says is that they cannot guarantee it at high fired because they can craze. As I was saying before, Northern Lights, don't even try it if it's on a food product because it will craze. If you like the look, put it at the bottom with something at the lip. But that's not crazed, so I'm more than happy to call that food safe. And Mayco say, it's up to you, they're not guaranteeing it, but as long as the surface looks fine, which that does, you're all good. But how pretty is it? So I've done that combo heaps on things like chip and dips, mainly chip and dips. So I'd never done it on a mug. And I thought, why haven't I done it on a mug? And oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah. Lots of blue in this kiln. Loving it.
Lagoon Tahiti Grape. Which is not, it's silly because I need pinks for my market. So I was obviously in a blue mood. Yeah, there are a few. Okay, well this is definitely not blue. Oh, yes it is. It looked, oh, it's run everywhere. Oh, I'll have to, oh no, hopefully I can get that off. It's tilted and then the handle's stuck. That's what I was just talking about. Bloom and Blue with poppy fields over. But that's when I ran out of the poppy fields. So it's only got 1 coat. So normally it's got more pink.
That's pretty.
Oh, it looks a bit green. Well, that actually, then there you go. Bloom and Blue will be the greener one. That answers the question. Yeah. So you can see it's got the greener tinge on it.
It looks like rainforest.
Yeah. So there you go. So the greener one.
Yeah.
And then I agonised on what to do inside. And I love that. Huh?
Yeah. Makes me think of a watermelon.
Yeah. That shallot. I love that shallot from Spectrum. I really love that. I hope I can get that off because that's bad. I don't think I'll be able... I mean, I'll be able to get it off, but I think it will leave a bit of a ugly underside. I'll do a short and show you what... Even if it fails, I'll do a short and show how that ends up. That's a shame because that is so pretty. Really, really like that the more I look at it. Didn't like it too much at first, but it's one of those that grows on me. Last shelf, which I know is mugs again. Oh, I love mugs.
Except for doing the handles.
Oh, handles are the bane of my existence. Handles and glazing. Oh, I hate glazing so much. Okay, all pretty. Guess what? There's more blue. Oh, there's heaps of blue. What was I doing? Wow, heaps of blue. 5.5. So that's pretty much identical to the last kiln unload that I did. It got hotter and hotter and hotter. So hot at the bottom. So you guys will have seen, hopefully, or else go back and look, my blindfold throwing video. And this was the vase I did. This was the first piece I did. That's cute.
Oh, that's so cute.
So what I did afterwards, after I finished the video, because the rim was a bit wonky, I just pinched it. Literally just pinched the top like that. That is all I did. I wouldn't recommend that for something like a bowl, even though it looks great, because look at how thin it is. That's not going to last if you're putting that through the dishwasher on a bowl all the time. It's just going to chunk off. Whereas on a vase, it's fine because generally it's just sitting out. But that is honey flux all over first times 2, smoky merlot in the rim, in the inside and on the rim, and then boogie pink and chum plum.
That's pretty.
Yeah, I love that. That boogie pink, bougainvillea, by itself is quite a bright pink, and actually that might be a good one for Jessica at Seahorse Ceramics. If you have a look at boogie pink by itself, it's very bright. Could be the hot pink you're looking for. It's not on my bowl because I did that bowl years ago, way before boogie pink was even existing. So that's pretty. I like that. And the other pieces are coming through. I don't know what happened to the mug because I can't remember which one it was that I threw blindfolded. Look at that. Oh, look at that.
Oh, wow.
That's spectacular. Look at the colours that's from. I think that's just honey flux textured turquoise. That is straw cup. Honey flux textured turquoise.
That's
wow.
so pretty.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I always knew that I liked that, but these gradients here and the colours it's throwing, oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful. I love that. Okay, that's it for straw cups. So this is a redo again because, oh my gloriousness. I loved that when it came out last time, but remember it had no handle and the handle fell off. So I redid it. So I just...
That is just so pretty.
I just sat there and just did it with a carving tool. And then that is, so I put wax resist all over, carved it, flooded it with the Victoria Rose from Spectrum Underglaze first, then I bisked it, and then I coloured it in with Rose, Spectrum Rose Underglaze, then dipped the tip in the Victoria Rose and dragged it and put just the jet black underglaze on the middle dot. And interesting, so that's the same zinc-free clear, look at the bum. Same zinc-free clear over, and it hasn't crawled or anything. So yeah, that's gorgeous. I love that. Yay, yay, yay. This one. Oh no, yuck, it hasn't worked. See, so that was one that I was trying to get the drips from. That's just indigo float with raw at the bottom, and that's horrible. Horrible. And I know white doesn't look good raw. It would have been better with a buff, but it didn't work anyway. I didn't get the drips. I really thick glazed the bottom, it didn't run. But it could be the texture obviously stopping it, but I have done that before and it's run. So I would refire that with just some more indigo float at the bottom, which could run off then, but I love the colour.
You could just put clear on the bottom because I like having the bottom. the white on the bottom.
True, and refiring it might make it run a bit as well. So yeah, maybe I will. Alright, well anyway, that will go through again because I love the colour of that indigo float. It's so pretty. Let's get you our blue one. Oh no, it's not blue. It's green. Oh, I don't like that. That, yeah. It's a pattern that I had. So I did it a bit.
The inside's pretty.
Opposite. No, it's a bit opposite. I really tossed up on whether to paint the handle, and I should have. That is Celeste Underglaze Walkers. So I did Celeste Underglaze over the whole thing, then wax resisted, then carved back to the buff clay. So that's the buff that I've done on the gnomes and left the nose that colour. Raw.
Yeah, it's too hard to see the pattern, but there's not enough of a contrast.
Yeah, true. You can in real life, but I just don't like the colour and I don't like the brown handle. So anyway, but you know what I always say, the ones I don't like sell first, so who knows. Do you want another blue one? Well, this one I know why I did it.
This kiln unload.
Well, I know why I did this one because it's my beachy. And I had sold. I could say I gave it to the gallery, but the gallery sold it. So it's just always popular. No matter what I put it on, it's popular.
Yeah.
So I nearly didn't say again because I just think everyone knows. Oatmeal, Celadon Bloom Light Flux, turquoise inside I'm now doing, which is the base of Celadon Bloom, Mayco's turquoise. So pretty. It's just so popular. You can put on anything, even flat, chip and dips, plates, bowls, lotus bowls, doesn't matter. It sells. It's just great. Do you want another blue one? Ew. You don't want this one. What is that? That's the satin matte stone again. But that, oh, I know what that is. Ew. So that's the satin matte stone, copper float and satinoride. But then I put dark flux. I've done this before and it ran and it was beautiful, but that didn't run and the copper's gone really brown. And then I put, I didn't want the satin matte on the rim, so I put dark flux on the rim. But that's funny, the dark flux hasn't moved at all. Dark flux. Weird. That's really weird, 2 coats. Didn't even move. Yuck, that's ugly. And satinoride inside, which is so pretty. I love that. I love that satinoride. That'd be nice as a bottom base of thing on things. Pretty, the satinoride part of it. Alright, you are out of blue. Thank goodness. Because now we can go pink. Oh, it's cool. Oh no, it did run. It ran off just there, under the handle, of course. What a shame. Oh. So that is one of my new favourite combos, which is Charlotte Sunrise soft red inside, and again Poppy Fields. So that was one of the last of the Poppy Fields pieces, which is stunning, but it caught badly. I can't save that. I can have it for my own chai tea because it's good size for a chai. Oh, I love that combo. It's so pretty. 2 of each with I think it was only 1 Poppy Fields over and 2 soft red inside.
That is
what a
pretty.
shame. And of course it's at the handle base. Always at handles is where they're going to run if they're going to run. Okay. Do you want another pink one? Oh, they're so pretty. Oh, what is that?
You can tell through this video the difference. I go quiet on the pink and Nat gets really excited. She goes quiet on the blue and I get really excited.
It looks like melty pink marshmallows. Oh, that's the candy pink you hate. The pretty pink, not the dusty pink.
I can appreciate it.
Oh, what is that? I've got to find that. Oh, that is Flux Blossom with Boogie Pink. Wow. So instead of Honey Flux, it's Flux Blossom. So that is the middle of that is Honey Flux Boogie Pink, and that's Flux Blossom Boogie Pink. Very similar. But wow. But I'm so lucky that didn't run off. Oh, I don't know where to put all this. Look at how close that came there. Wow, that was lucky. So close. Love that handle. Love the drippies. Oh, just love that so much. Last piece, I've specifically kept till last. Oh, because I was scared to see it and I don't like it. Damn. So that is Satin Matte Black and Sangria. And when I used Sangria, I thought it might run. Oh, it hasn't run. I think it's application error. Anyway, that's my fake drips. So I got off Temu. I bought this. It's actually a round silicone enclosed mold for resin pouring of a honey pot, and it had these drips. And I cut it all open, cut it all apart, and just pushed clay into the drippy part of the rim of it, and did these big, thick, fake drips.
It's too thick.
Oh no, I like that, but I don't like where because it's meant to look cartoony and fake. I don't mind that, but I've run over in a couple of areas with the Sangria and underneath the handle here, which underneath the handle is always really hard to glaze, so I'm not surprised by that. But I'll still put it to the market, so it doesn't matter. Oh, Sangria is so pretty. But the pink and black combo, which again I got from Kim and Todd Unseth, I'm loving that. But it's just the application error. Alright, so that is it. So, kiln favourite, it's pretty easy for me. Actually, it's not easy because I love that one too, if I can get it off the cookie. But this one, oh, that's so pretty.
I don't know for me because there's too many and I can't see them all to remember which one I really liked.
You said that you really liked this one. Maybe. Anything blue for Trace.
Anything blue for me.
And anything pink for me, but that's pretty. I like finding a new combo that I just adore, and that is gorgeous.
And that shape's really pretty too. It's a very elegant shape.
Yeah. So I don't know whether I told you guys or not, but many of us potters use apps on our phone to track our pieces. So I have a few pottery apps, but I have one app that I only use for my own finished pieces. So I can, good and bad, so I can go back and have a look at what not to do again as well. But what I've started to do now, and I went through and did it on all of them, is there's a spot on the app I use, there's a spot where you can name your piece, so you could call that marshmallow pink, whatever you want. I now call the ones that I love glorious. Of course, you know, that's my word. So now when I search in my app, instead of searching boogie pink, for example, which of course I would do if I wanted a boogie pink piece, but if I just think, oh, I don't know what to put on this, I can search glorious. And all the ones that I've absolutely given an oh my gloriousness to, only the really stunning ones will come up. So I can then just scroll through to get ideas. So that's a little tip for you as well if you use apps. Because you don't always know what you want. And you might just go, oh, I want a pink one, but you can't search pink. If the glaze is called raspberry mist, it won't come up. So I just call them glorious. There we go. So that's it. So I'm off to the Easter show. So I've got to run. I've got to upload this before I go. So thank you very much for joining. Stay muddy and have a magic day. Oh, and subscribe. Bye.